It's these type of days that I get jittery and I get nervous and I have to find something to do. So David called, which David's my transporter, and he's on the way. He's bringing a new Defender, and it's every time he's bringing a new vehicle to me, I get excited. But the problem is, well, not really a problem, but he's saying he might run out of hours. So if he runs out of hours as a commercial transporter, that means he absolutely has to stop. He can't drive any farther. And I won't be able to see it today. But he said he thinks he has enough hours. So I've done everything I can do around here. Listened to some albums, made some notes, wrote some stories. But I have to do something that takes my mind off of it. So that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to drive something that's fun and challenging, so it makes me think about what I'm doing versus sitting around in excitement waiting for David.
I feel like I'm really fortunate because I really do love anything with a motor. And I've got a friend, I've never met him, but he's still a friend. The individual's name's Y. And I built a Defender for him a couple of years ago. And he's asked me more than once, he said, do you still get excited? You have so many Defenders coming. Do you still get excited when they show up? And I definitely do. So I figured it was really fitting to drive Finley. That's the name of this one, Finley. It's because when I was working with the client to build the Defender that's en route right now, we had a lot of conversations. Initially, her butler called me, and they were interviewing a lot of different builders. And he was very thorough, and he had a lot of great questions. And so lives in Germany, and has had Defenders before, but decided she wanted a Helderburg. She said, I can't really put my finger on it, but a Helderburg looks different than any other builder, and I just love the look of it. And she was having a hard time deciding on color, and we talked about a lot of different colors. And we just finished Finley, and the color that Finley is it's a leaf bush green, whatever you want to call it, leaf or bush green. But it was an original Porsche color, but it wasn't popular. Mercedes had the same color, and Jaguar had the same color. And it was popular on them, but it was not popular on the Porsche. It's funny how things changed. In 1972, that's when Finley was originally built. Leaf green was not a color that was desirable. And here we are, 50 something years later, and everyone that sees the color just remarks on it, how beautiful it is. Defender on the way, the name of it's Ada, ADA, a good German name, has meaning behind it. You should search it and you will see. It's also a Porsche leaf green. We did a little bit to make it just as we did on Finley with primer and stuff and the clear coats to give it a little different look. But Ada, the D90 by Helderburg, is really in celebration of Finley. Down to the interior. I mean, the interior's a similar color, not exact, but it's also, the seats are different too, the style, even some of the performance cues. I mean, Finley is definitely a beast. 1972 911. So I got the call from David and I raced back. So of course I didn't do any video. I wanted you to see the two of them. So German and English. This is what every proper gentleman and gentle lady needs, is your British heritage and your German heritage. Two classic vehicles. And I will tell you, I've already taken this one for a drive, which I'm going to share a video of that. But this one, you're fast and furious, you feel all the bumps in the road, and it's a sports car. This one, luxurious, the ride is nice and smooth, it's comfortable, the heated seats, no heated seats, the air conditioning, no air conditioning. It's a pleasure to drive. But of course, I think every proper household needs one of each. I mean, at least in my mind, because it gives me the opportunity to break it up and enjoy like a spirited drive on a Sunday cruise, or cars and coffee, or just doing my general errands, daily driver basically. So that's what the two of them are. Real quick though, I talked about the colors. This is a version of Porsche Leaf Green, which I told you earlier was a color that was not very desirable in 1972 for Porsche, but it was for Mercedes and Jaguar. It's never been a color for Land Rover, but I think it fits perfectly. It is not a metallic, it's a solid color, and it just is stunning. It's beautiful in my opinion, and then with the silver accents, I think it really steps out even more. And again, this was the inspiration when we designed this about a year ago, and then talking to my client, and I started sharing her pictures of this, and I just felt it was going to be perfect for her for a Defender after talking to her. She's a complete dog lover, which I absolutely love that, because of course, if you watch any of my videos, you know I'm a dog lover. So some things that we've done in the back end of this for her dogs is it has extra padding in the rear cargo area, has extra insulation, so the dogs can ride comfortably. It has a full 100% cowhide leather interior. Everything's covered in leather, the upper dash, the lower dash, the center console, the shifter. I started to say gated shifter. This one has the gated shifter. So a lot of leather in here, and of course the Italian Alcantara suede headliner. But the only difference I think you can see, which I think is a nice subtle thing that I did to it, is I did the roof in a metallic silver, and then of course I did the wheels in a metallic silver. And then as far as the billet aluminum accents, the custom bumper I think sets it off perfectly. It gives a little dimension with the die cuts, and then of course the bead welding on it makes it really nice. And then it has of course you would expect, the billet aluminum heritage headlight surrounds with the little touch of silver in the back for the corner bracket. As you know, any Helderburg build, both of these were a full nut and bolt restoration. This one from the frame up. This one, of course, doesn't have a frame, but everything was removed and it was built back piece by piece, just the way it was. This one in 1972 and this one in 1996. So enjoy the B-roll. I think you're going to love this one, and eventually we'll do a very detailed video on Finley too. So I'm going to go for a drive, but enjoy the video.
Yeah.